chamber. That's how spacious it is. There's a lot of space. I get in with my daughter, and we take 2 dogs with us. So there's quite a lot of space.
Okay.
Other side effects could be discomfort in the ears because we're changing the pressure, right? So when you fly on the airplane, some people, when the plane goes up or the plane goes down, they might feel it in their ears. Solution, you need to equalize the pressure. So you either need to yawn or maybe open your mouth or just blow into your nose. Not an issue for many people. There are contraindications, which I should talk about. Very few, only one absolute contraindication, and that's a collapsed lung. So if a person has a collapsed lung, they're probably going to go to the hospital. They're not going to be getting into a hyperbaric chamber anyways, but we must say that there is a contraindication. And there are some relative contraindications. For example, sinuses, inflamed sinuses, it would just be uncomfortable. Same with an ear infection, or maybe high fever, or uncontrolled high blood pressure. If a person comes to my clinic and their blood pressure is 180 over, I don't know, 100, I'm not going to put them in a hyperbaric chamber. We're going to work on their blood pressure. Generalized anxiety, just because a person can get anxious, but we'll just spend a little longer talking about it, and generally it's fine. There are a couple of others, but really they're just minor, and your hyperbaric practitioner would always go with you over the checklist to see if you might fall. Maybe a pregnant woman, if she hasn't used a hyperbaric chamber before. Here in Europe, not so much, because they're using hyperbarics for pregnant women. In US, being just a little more cautious with that. Not every hyperbaric practitioner would, want to put a pregnant woman in a hyperbaric chamber, but generally, if there are no, it's even used for pregnancy, for some of the complications of pregnancy.
So, okay, while we're talking about this, I know we're kind of focused on inflammation and weight loss and the hyperbaric chamber as like a little known secret that is really helpful. So we're trying to put the word out there, obviously, because a lot of people don't know about this, and it's really helpful. So I guess my question is, what can you just run down a list of things that going into the hyperbaric chamber would be really useful for, just so people get an idea of how much?
Gosh, it's huge.
Mhm, mhm.
You said we're only going to be here for an hour. I don't know if I can finish in an hour. So, okay, it's being used for wellness. And I have a hyperbaric living podcast. So I interview all kinds of people, from doctors to patients to clinic owners. Um, about the cost of the therapy, I will go back to that because you're not the first one to ask that question. So I will
Good
cover the
question,
costs of
Tendai.
therapy. Let me just go over indications first. So it can be used for wellness, for just to feel better, have more energy. I use it to recover from my workouts. It improves sleep. It helps to deal with stress. It relaxes a person, works on a vagal nerve, and it relaxes the nervous system. So that's one area. Oh, sorry, I'm like confused with this. So that's one area that's wellness. Professional athletes and amateur athletes use it, again, to have more energy, to heal from injuries. And that's the big one. You know how hyperbarics was discovered? They've learned that people who were building the bridges under the water, they were healing from anything so fast, and they looked a lot younger than other people their age.
Did you say they looked a lot younger?
Yes, because Kia, it's huge for anti-aging. Because there's studies that show that it actually increases something telomere length. So that shows how old you
Mhm.
are. The shorter the telomeres, the older is your age. So it increases the telomere length. It's used for anti-aging.
But what's the
What
difference
else?
with red light therapy? Red light therapy also it has the
Uh,
effects.
no, it's quite different effects. Let me finish with this, and I'll go into. I'll talk a little bit about red light. They can be used together. Okay, they're
Okay.
synergistic. So when you use two together, the effect is bigger. Red light is also used for injury recovery. It's used for neurological diseases, as I said, for recovery from strokes, children on autistic spectrum, cerebral palsy, all kinds of neuropathies, concussions, brain trauma, brain injuries, recovery from addiction, because your brain needs a lot of oxygen. When we set oxygen to the brain, it starts changing the course of the disease. What else? And I'm saying just like it's also used in the hospitals for indications like the bends and carbon monoxide poisoning, healing from surgery, healing from radiation. It's used in cancer. Gosh, there's so many indications. Really, if you want to learn about indications, go to my website, and I write about indications for hyperbarics. It's huge. It's not a magic pill. Okay, let's make this clear. It doesn't cure every disease on the planet, but it does. Oh, somebody just canceled their Botox order. Good stuff.
He's not gonna do Botox because he's going to hyperbaric chamber.
Yes, let's do hyperbarics. It's great for it's used in cosmetic injury in cosmetic industry, and it's used in recovery after all cosmetic surgeries. It's used together with all different cosmetic procedures. It builds collagen, makes you look younger, but it also makes you younger from the inside. And I think that's more important, because Botox, it will smooth out the lines, but really it's a toxin that stays in your body. Whereas hyperbarics, it will smooth out the lines. You will need more sessions than just one Botox injection, but it will make your whole body just a lot healthier, younger, functioning better, moods, stabilized moods, better sleep. It's just amazing. People who try, they usually like keep doing it. They keep doing it. They keep going back to it.
The list goes on, and I
And on and on.
recall I came to be a guest host for your podcast, the Hyperbaric Living Podcast with Dr. Masha. You can listen to it anywhere you hear podcasts. And I got to interview you about infertility and hyperbaric. So for people out there that are struggling to get pregnant, this helps both men and women with infertility, right?
Both men and women. Not all causes of infertility, but a lot of it, like embryo quality or problems with endometrial lining. And people who struggle with infertility, they would know exactly what I'm talking about. And in many cases of male infertility. And male infertility is something we don't talk about enough. I think men are just somehow being, kept at the back of this, like as if it's not, but it could be their problem as well, not just a woman's problem. Yeah, so many
Right.
indications. And cost, let's go to cost, because we had this
Yeah, let's
question
talk about
twice.
that.
Okay, people are waiting there and they're like, why is she not
Yes.
talking about the cost? It depends really where you are. So hold on. Okay, in the States, I think it goes from $75 and up a session. Really depends on the place that you go to. Hyperbarics is hyperbarics. It's not like a fancy place has a better hyperbarics. It's the same technology, really. So it depends, which area you go to, how much your doctor charges. You would be charged more for a longer session, and you would be charged more for a higher pressure. Like the higher you go in pressure, the more you'd be charged. Insurance covers it for some people, but you really need to speak with your insurance provider and with the doctor who is recommending it. Here in Europe, it's a little cheaper. It starts, well, maybe the same. It starts at about 50 euros and it goes up to 125. Yeah, it's difficult to say how many sessions you would need, but always think that to get a result, you would need minimum of 10 sessions and you should be aiming at 20. But you should discuss this with your doctor, because they would be able to tell you, okay, for your particular health goals, you need that many sessions. And there is an option to rent. And there is an option to buy a hyperbaric chamber. When you buy it, the whole family can use it. And as I said, I even take my dogs inside the chamber. They
I
really
have a
enjoy
question.
the chamber.
I have a question about that. So, you know how they do couples massage? Can you do couples hyperbaric chamber sessions?
My husband and I, we both fit inside the chamber. He's a big guy. Okay. So we kind of have to make sure, okay, my feet go here and his feet go there. But we can fit both of us. Our daughter tried to come with us, but it was too crowded. But you can,
Mhm.
yeah, but Kia, why would you do it? This is a place where actually it's so serene and you're just by yourself. You close the zipper and nobody can get in and nobody can tell you, I'm hungry, I need this, mommy, why is this happening? Like, it's not possible to get out that quickly.
I
You
need
need
that
at least,
now.
she knows that, 5 minutes for mommy to get out. So
Mhm.
she, learns I'm referring to my daughter, she learns to solve problems by herself. It's just yeah, it's just a place, to really relax and meditate. But you can get there with your partner. Why not?
Is it
Mhm.
recommended for children too?
It's great
Okay.
for children. Well, it depends. My daughter uses it because she's an athlete. She does gymnastics and she trains sometimes 5-6 times a week, so her body cannot recover that fast. That's why she uses hyperbaric chamber. Another child might use it because it was recommended by their doctor. There are many children, as I said, on autistic spectrum who see benefits. Children with birth trauma see a lot of benefits. Maybe there is a mitochondrial disease, mitochondrial dysfunction. So there are certain conditions that respond well to hyperbarics, and these children would, of course, benefit from it.
Wow. That's incredible. And I would like to know about now weight loss, because that's what everyone wants to know. Everyone wants to lose a few pounds, especially in the United States. We have an obesity epidemic over here. So, and even most people could fluctuate like 10 pounds or have some benefit from this for weight loss purposes. So, how does it best benefit us for that? Oh, I lost your sound.
We're going to do another remix.
Are you back? I can't hear you.
Yeah,
I
he's
lost your audio. Okay, stand by, everybody. We're going to get to the weight loss portion. Let's just give Dr. Masha a moment to check her audio. I mean, we're live.